Hi, and welcome to Teletalk. I'm Liv.
And I'm Ben.
And on this episode, you'll hear our carefully considered and not at all random thoughts on a show we like. There will be spoilers.
We're giving ourselves an age rating of 15 and above, but you're welcome to make up your own mind. Listener discretion is advised.
So, back to Oak Island.
We're back. Guess who's back? Oaky Island's back.
Okie dokie.
Do the okie cokey and you dig around.
Oh no.
The music's back. The rhythm is gonna get you. It's episode 3 of season 13, Medieval Intentions.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame they didn't sync that up with Halloween.
I think you're the only one adding and highlighting the evil part of medieval.
All by myself on this hill.
This is too much singing.
It's my thing.
No, stop it.
Sorry, Liv. Not sorry. So, how optimistic were you for this episode?
The same as always. I feel like every episode is basically the same as the last one. So I was just looking at settling down and watching it. I wasn't expecting anything, I suppose is what I'm trying to say.
A surprisingly uncharacteristically realistic approach.
No, that is always my approach.
Okay.
That's why I like it.
I must confess, I was looking forward to this episode because, well, it promised to lead off with some archaeological malarkey.
Yes, it did. I mean, I'd forgotten about that.
Yes, it just seems odd because you love the archaeology.
I know, but like when they started talking about the coin that they found last episode, Dad was like, oh yeah, goody, I was looking forward to finding out about this. And you were like, yeah, me too. And I thought, oh.
And you're like, boring.
I forgot they found a coin.
It's Katja's coin, the one that made her daddy proud.
Yep. And so it should. Had a high silver content.
Well, yeah, and it turns out it's Roman.
Yeah.
Roman. That's old and stuff. Mm-hmm. That's like proper finds.
Yeah. Well, they did the metallurgy, didn't they? And they were like, it's aligned with other Roman coins. And then good old Sandy came back and said, yup, it's definitely Roman.
Sandy Campbell, the numismatist, to give him his full title.
Yeah.
Yeah, between them, they confirm that it's a Claudius II era Roman coin.
Yeah.
You can tell because of his sharp nose and features. Mm. And what else was it that they identified it by that you had a bit of a bugbear over?
A bugbear. Yes, the crown. So they highlight the coin.
Yes.
They highlight the crown
El
at
Crowno.
the top of his head. And we're like, look at this crown. This is Cornelius. And they showed us... Claudius. They showed us like a drawing of him. And the crown... in the drawing is like on the back of his head.
Yeah, jaunty in that.
A jaunty angle. And I'm like, but that's not the same as the highlighted bit you just showed us on the coin.
It just goes to show, if you highlight a bit and go, this is what it is, they just assume you'll take it as fact. Like, it doesn't matter if it's actually a completely different picture.
I know, like how many other Roman emperors wore a crown? Probably all of them.
Yeah.
So the fact that this crown's at the wrong angle, shouldn't that tell them that it's not him?
And of course, they're thousands of years after his death. They're body-shaming the poor bugger by going, look at his pointy face. It's definitely him, the hook-nosed son of a gun.
They might have liked those features. You don't know that they were shaming.
I don't know. It just felt really pointed that the only way you can be identified in the future is haha and pointy face. It's just mean.
It's not mean.
Wow. It felt
It's literally
mean.
not mean.
Is
it's
it
just
not?
no. Those are probably the only features that have stood the test of time.
Because they were so pointy.
Because they were just maybe a bit deeper.
And of course he wore a crown.
Yeah, the wrong crown.
The right crown at the wrong angle.
It's just that they showed us this proof. They highlighted it on the screen. And I'm comparing the two images that they are showing me going, they're not the same.
I did notice that and I thought, yeah, I'll let them away with this one. And then you come in and go like, no. No, I would not let this stand. But what is interesting, I thought, is that that's one of 6 Roman coins that they found on the island now.
Yeah, but I don't feel like they were willing to commit that the others were Roman until this one.
I don't know.
Now they're like, this one is Roman, like 3 people have said so, therefore all the other 5 are also Roman.
Let's move over the fact that we pay all of those people. but yeah, to be fair, like there seems to be consensus, a quorum on this. But it's also interesting because Sandy says that he's not aware of any other Roman coins being found in the whole of Nova Scotia. Mm-hmm. Admittedly, they probably don't dig the rest of Nova Scotia quite as intensively as Oak Island, but I thought that was pretty telling.
Yeah, but they also said something about Roman coins when they were first starting to find them, and saying, actually, there aren't any others. This is really unusual. The Romans weren't here.
Yeah.
And since then, Oak Island have found lots of Roman bits and bobs, because it's not just coins, is it? They've had other stuff where they're like, that dates back to the Roman times and so on.
Yeah, it is interesting. And of course, I think we talked about this when we were watching it. They've mentioned as well that those coins persisted as currency afterwards. Like old medieval times, they just kind of used any old coins and beads and
because
lint.
Especially this coin, as they've tested, it has a high silver content, so there are actually precious metals in that coin. It is actually worth something, not just as part of a currency.
Don't we know it? Marty, his eyes lit up. He was like, silver? That's valuable. This is treasure. It's just a trace amount of the competition. Chill out, Marty.
It was quite a lot of the percentage.
I know, but he's just getting really excited. There's silver in them hills.
Well, it just depends at what point does it become treasure.
It's a coin. It's treasure. Be excited about that. Don't just go, there's trace amounts of silver. Jing.
It was more than trace amounts.
Well, okay, touche. I don't know. I just enjoyed his enthusiasm.
He was enthusiastic, but I can see why, because this coin was definitely, actually, factually, whilst the cameras were rolling, found on Oak Island.
And deep. Was it? No, it wasn't deep, was it? It was.
No, it was on lot 5. Yeah, on lot 5. Not in the money pit. No. That's still empty.
The lot that keeps on giving, lot 5. But I enjoyed as well. Did you pick up on what their theory behind how this coin ended up where it was?
Yeah, because the depositors were using these coins because they had value because of precious metals.
Treasure.
Yeah, they were using them as part of whatever currency there was at the time, and they just dropped them out their pocket. They weren't worth very much.
Yeah, they've like workers' pocket change just falling out of their pocket, presumably while they're hauling massive treasure chests around the place.
Yeah.
So it turns out the treasure that we found along the way was actually just pocket change.
It's the stuff you don't notice falling out, like it's 1p.
And the Oak Island equivalent of a £1 coin down the back of the sofa. And they were just like, yay! Just imagine, any coin that we drop just day to day could one day be the focus of a History Channel TV show episode.
Yeah, I mean, we hardly use coins anymore, right?
I know, isn't that sad? But one day it might be like Gary Drayton's credit card that they find, in season 400 when Jack Begley's great-great-grandson is running the place, and they pick it up and go, look at the doughy features of this man. That shows it was from the reign of Lord Scanner Gary Drayton the First.
Yeah, but people don't usually have their photos on their credit cards.
Okay, yep, fine. But if anyone would do it, would be Gary, because he'd be like, look at our beautiful boy. So that could be a thing. Also, they probably have deteriorated or something.
Yeah, well, although plastics, they tend to last forever.
I have this sudden feeling that maybe when they finally end Oak Island, the show, they might be like, right, we're drawing a line to it. We're going to bury a time capsule on the island.
Oh, they will
so
do
that then in 25 years, their grandkids can go, we're bringing it back. Let's find it.
Yeah.
They'll rig it with water traps and all sorts.
Okay.
Flood tunnels of varying different shapes, triangular, square, rectangle, circle, just to really throw us off.
I wasn't really thinking that they'd hide it. I thought they'd make a big show of it and put a massive boulder there, like
big
time capsule beneath.
Capsule here.
Yeah.
But then they'll point to the wrong bit.
Right.
And it'll be a big surprise. Because then they can just do this all over again in 100 years. It's like a legacy. No? Okay. Well, speaking of legacy, the fundamental central core of Oak Island is drilling at the money pit, right? That's kind of why everyone's here.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the money pit area drilling with the sexy part of the show, which is the name of this borehole, J.5-8.5.
Dug by Choice Sonic Drilling.
The only choice for drilling is choice. And if that's not their jingle, it needs to be. You're welcome, Choice Drilling. This was a weird drill for me, because what they found was nothing, but the nothing was kind of the point, this massive void. that seemed to change in size with every person that spoke about it.
Well, they are still digging for the solution channel, aren't they?
Yes.
So they find it.
They do.
And then the drill just disappears.
Yeah, they're showing them changing the drill bit, which they don't do that often, and then suddenly, it just falls in the hole. It's like, oh dear.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, does that ruin everything? They're like, oh no, we'll just get it. So I presume they just stick the bit down
Stick
and
the next
screw
bit
it on.
in, yeah.
But like every person that spoke about it, I got completely lost with how big this thing was. It went from 15 to 30 to 100 foot if you listen to Rick. Was it 100-foot chasm of emptiness under their feet?
No, it's like 100 foot down, but it's not.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not.
Because I'm sure Rick at some point went, there's at least 100 foot of loose material down there.
There is a lot of loose material. I think it's 15 foot of loose material after the chasm.
I feel like I was bamboozled.
Yeah.
So how big was this void?
I'm not 100% sure on how big the whole void is, because now we've talked about it, I'm getting myself confused. But there was something about 15 foot, because I remember going, that's basically like roughly 3 of me.
Yes.
Like, you know, that is quite...
That'll be our new show unit of measurements. How many lives is it?
Yeah.
But I also enjoyed, in classic Oak Island fashion, the animation that they showed at this point. Do you remember the animation that they showed during all of this?
Yeah, it was like sticky out bits of rock that they kept drilling through, and then they got back into a void, and then through another bit, and then into another void. And
what happened at the end?
Gold!
No, they hit the edge of a chest that was balancing on a ledge and knocked it off, and it fell deeper into the solution channel.
That's right. They never actually got to the bottom.
No, they hit the edge, and it fell down in the hole, which is basically a summary of what happens to everything they drill for the last 10 years.
We had it, and now it's gone.
I was like, oh, that is the best animation. Like, come for the drilling, stay for the animations, because that was joyous.
I do love the animations on this show.
But they tease us with this one, because they go, this seems like a perfect candidate for a caisson. And I'm like, oh yeah, drill into the big empty hole with a big caisson. Chuck a diver in, cameras, whatever, dye that just vanishes.
I do agree with them, though. This is interesting.
I want them to go back to their plan of just honeycomb caissoning the whole thing.
But why couldn't they just stick a camera down? Could they not have done that? Because I would have liked to see it.
Every time they do that, it's too cloudy for them to see anything. Mm-hmm. That's why. I
do see that. Maybe they need to start investing in proper water clear stuff, because the other stuff they put down does not help.
I don't know. Surely there's nothing that can just go get rid of all the soil that's just floating.
All right. What about sonar?
They've done that before.
Yeah, they need to do that now.
Yeah. Well, they'll set that. They might well do that at like episode 15 to set up for next season, where they go, look, there's a big channel over there to go into. I still maintain they're going to find something below the solution channel, which will be like solution channel 2, because they
return of the solution channel.
Because the solution channel's new for like the end of last season into this season.
Except they're now referring to it of like, we always knew it was there.
Yeah, we just didn't mention it.
Yeah.
What is it that they know now? Have they found the treasure like 10 years ago? And
I know.
Just slowly
they're drip feeding it like gold to the market.
I might be being overly optimistic with that theory. I don't think they have, but because I feel like if you found something, you couldn't.
Periodically, I Google it.
Of course.
Not to spoil it for myself or anything.
No.
Of course.
No.
It's just, because I'm interested. And I want to know if I need to prepare myself for disappointment at the end of the season.
I really feel like if they actually find something proper on Oak Island, you won't need to go and Google it. It will come to you.
Yeah, I know.
But we hope springs eternal. We are hopeful that they'll find. But the thing is, they have found stuff like this Roman coin. That's a find. It's real.
But they haven't found the treasure of all treasures, have they?
They
haven't found the Ark of the Covenant, have they?
No. The one that's been drilled through.
There is no golden menorah.
Well, for all we know, they have found it. They just keep knocking it deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
I think we need to move on to everyone's favourite place, the swamp.
Oh my god, I actually do love the swamp.
Yes.
I am so glad that I can't smell it, but I do love watching them dig it.
Well, as they say, there's secrets hidden in the swamp. It's full of secrets.
There
and
actually
a giant
are.
ship.
Because they found that vault in there last year.
Yes, I was going to come to that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that, and then they mentioned it, and I was like, oh yeah, the vault.
The empty vault, but still.
Vault. Although, wasn't there also the theory that it could also have just been a toilet? And they're just lying there sticking their hands in it and everything. It's like, yay!
What's that? I don't remember them talking about.
Well, they talked about like because it could have been like it could have been a vault, but that's also what back in the day that they used to do to make toilets. Like you go and dump all of your midden stuff in there because remote island and that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh well, those are two ends of a spectrum, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. But they're hoping to find another one.
Yeah, because it was so successful, the first one.
Yeah. And also now they are just talking about it being a vault.
Yes, the vault.
Yeah.
Not a vault, the vault.
Well, it was on that map. What was her name? That lovely lady who died.
Zelda Halpern?
Yes, maybe that's her name. I don't know. But she gave them a map. And it was a French map. But it had different points on the island.
Yeah, because there was like the hole under the hatch and stuff like that on there, wasn't
it had different markers, and this vault that they found last year, I think, lined up.
I mean, yes, it's true. It depends. It's sort of because it was quite a small map and quite big arrows. So, like an arrow pointing in a vague direction, there's a wide range of like leeway that you could go with to interpret.
Yeah, well, it was sort of in the middle of the middle, wasn't it? I mean, that's very different from the top and the bottom.
Well, yes. But
no buts. It was in the right place.
I'll grant you, it was in that vicinity. It just feels a bit vague. But anyway, if you can hear our dog whining in the background, he just wants to join in because he loves Oak
He wants
Island.
to go in the garden and see the guinea pigs.
Well, that too. And I think he's excited about the swamp. He would love the swamp.
Oh my God.
But yeah, they tease us again with the swamp when they start off by going, I think this is going to be the site of a large-scale dig operation this year.
Good.
Yeah.
It's like when they did Smith's Cove. That was really interesting.
Speaking of 100 foot of loose material, it's the swamp. Although it's actually got more dense material because it's got like the pathway, the road, the paved area.
Yeah.
I've lost track of all the different names that they have for a big strip of rocks.
They haven't found that ship though, have they?
No, but they found all of the... I think that they're essentially doing the Oak Island equivalent of those catalogues, the magazine series you could buy, like build a model of the Titanic in 400 easy steps.
Yeah.
Only $19.99. That's what they're doing, but from the swamp. So they're going for a target that's near the vault. That's how the vault came up this episode. So they want to dig. And I thought, they're going to get a portable driller in. No, it's
Billy Gerhardt.
Billy Gerhardt excavating.
But he's got one of those ones with a really long arm.
Because they were like, I want to dig the swamp, but I don't want to get near the swamp.
I don't want to fall into the swamp.
Well, to be fair, yeah. Because we saw that on Blind Frog Ranch. You drive an excavator and they just sink.
Yeah, that was really interesting though, watching them excavate the excavator.
Seriously, guys, never mind the treasure. Just start throwing heavy machinery into the bog and then desperately trying to get it out while someone's sat in it. Yeah. That is telly.
That is tense.
It's like when they chuck the divers in things unnecessarily on Oak Island, like risking life and limb to go and prove that stuff isn't there. Like, that is the level of unnecessary risk that adds jeopardy. That is the gold. Just start making things really dangerous for no good reason. Ratings. And what do they find with the excavator, Liv?
Nothing.
They found survey stakes.
Oh, right, yeah.
They've got loads of survey stakes, and they found big bits, little bits, tiny, stubby bits.
Makes you wonder how Mr. Nolan only found, like, one or two.
Yeah, but you can't say things like that because his son's on the Fellowship, you see.
Yeah.
But yeah, every time they zoom out from the swamp and you see that really nicely curated Nolan household with their curated lawns and everything, it's all very pleasant.
Because most people don't live on the island, but Fred Nolan did. I don't think his son does, though. I don't think that's inhabited now.
Well, no, because he's got an actual life elsewhere and everything. Yeah. He's not completely obsessed.
Yeah.
The reason why no one lives on the island is because it's in the middle of nowhere, and for half the year it's just being battered by storms.
Yes, but in season 1 we had 2 residents. I think Mr. Nolan and Mr. Blankenship lived on the island.
And they
hated each other.
Yes, they did. It was a proper feud back in the day.
Yeah, that was when Nolan didn't engage with the show because Blankenship was on.
Speaking of ratings, what they need to do is if they really truly just go, I don't think we're going to find anything, and they just go full on like wrestling style storylines, they need to have a schism where Rick and Marty fall out and they split the Fellowship and they like take half an island each and then they feud.
That's not going to happen. That's just not.
But
no,
but listen, tell me that wouldn't be great.
No, it wouldn't.
That would be amazing. No?
No.
Okay. I'm going to pitch
Back
it.
in your box.
Back in my box. Speaking of back in my box, let's go to the archaeological section where they're digging the rounded feature.
Lot 5.
Lot 5, yes.
What did they find?
Well, they found, after discussing the multi-generational theory...
Yes, which we've already talked about.
Okay. But I quite like that. They've called it... They're acknowledging it as the multi-generational theory. It's an official theory now.
Okay, all right, that's good.
Yeah. It just seems legit.
It is
how they get you.
Yeah.
But they find a pipe stem.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed this. Again, this is the kind of gritty, proper archaeological stuff that I unnecessarily nerd out over.
The other female archaeologist, a slightly older lady who was on it a lot last year, she explained the value of pipe stems in that once they were used, they were thrown away, and so they are really helpful in dating things.
I enjoyed. They were talking about the borehole.
In the pipe stem.
In the pipe stem, and I'm like, oh wow, borehole just covers so many things. But then she pulls out this handy tool, which is just a bit of a drill bit attached to a thing that they measure it with. And I love that sort of jury-rigged solution. Like, you can see that that's a solution that someone has come up with as an archaeologist over the years and has passed that on to other people. And they then go, right, a drill bit's the exact right size. We'll just keep that as a measuring thing for pipe stems. It's just so specific. And...
Well, they have all different ones, don't they? With different coloured tape around them so that they can easily identify what size it is. And the smaller the borehole in the pipe stem, the more modern it is.
This is what... So I'm a designer by trade. And so I love that experiential thing of being able to look at a situation where they've identified a challenge, which is knowing how thick a borehole in a pipe stem is, and they found a solution of different drill bits, and then they've color coded them to make it easier to identify. So it's sort of like a compound series of problems and solutions. Look, I'm nerding out, and it's great, and I love it. It was fascinating. I don't get to talk shop much. It was just great. Anyway, so yeah, it turns out that was a relatively new pipe stem.
But it's still depositor era.
Yes. Because, she said, it's pretty late example. And I was like, oh, so basically worth it. She was like, about 1700s. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, the thicker the borehole, the older.
Yeah, probably because the tools were more rudimentary.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Not that the drill bits were bigger back in the day. Maybe it was. I don't know. But they also find some other stuff, which is pretty cool.
I don't remember.
Big bits of pottery.
Oh, yeah.
Some coarse earthenware from the 1600s.
This actually was cool because it's clearly upside down, and then she lifts it out, typical archaeology style-y, and then flips it over. Wow.
Yeah, because it's wavy green pattern on it. And it's unlike the tiny minuscule, tiny bits. These were quite nice, several inches long bits that obviously fit together.
Yeah. And did you notice when they were still holding them, having just dug them out, they put them the wrong side of each other?
Yeah.
And then once they'd photographed them in the lab, they were correct. Yeah.
But again, this poses the question, where's the rest of it? They found two big bits of it. Where's the rest? Is it being cleared up? Is it a conspiracy?
Archaeologists rarely find whole stuff, though, do they? It's always broken up. Whatever it was, been smashed in the ground for however many years, and the archaeologists come along, dig it up, and then they find, whatever pieces are left.
They never find anything whole.
No.
King Tutankhamun's burial mask might disagree.
Well, okay.
I've seen that with my peepers.
In fairness, I said rarely.
Oh, no, I gave you an absolute. Okay.
Yeah. But, Time Team, they'll find something that's 1 centimetre by 1 centimetre, and they're like, oh, this was a pot. And then they show you a picture of the pot that it was supposed to have come from, and it's got all these undulations and...
Ooh, undulations?
Yeah, bits and details and patterns, and I think, how do you know that from 1 centimetre? Because that's all you got. There is nothing whole here.
Well, they're very much continuing the Time Team tradition on Oak Island. And the next bit that we see, actually, is them getting excited over something very tiny in the lab. It's a tiny blue bead.
A seed bead.
A satisfying to say seed bead, which is blue.
Yes, it's a beautiful blue.
Apparently, because of its copper content. I would have thought that would make it green, but what do I know?
It's probably copper mixing with one of the other bits in it.
And that, listeners, was us reaching the edge of our particular
Hang on,
knowledge.
no. There's a little bit more knowledge in there. Something about oxidization and water. And that's why I think it usually goes green, but maybe this time it went blue.
I still feel like that my statement about the edge of our knowledge was really valid.
I had a little bit, like a few more mil to my edge.
So, speaking of the edges of knowledge, that's kind of where their knowledge ends, because Doug Kroll then goes, I want to know how this ties to the Knights of Malta.
Yeah, hang on though. They're talking about these beads, and the seed bead, being traded because they were worth a lot of money back then.
Yet more currency items.
Yeah, but they're not worth anything now. No one's talked about their value now. Now they're just old beads. So what if at the bottom of the money pit is hella load of beads?
Oh, man.
And they're like, well, this would have been treasure.
But they haven't found traces of beads in their testing of the water.
I don't think they've been testing for seed beads.
I mean, to be fair, that's probably like akin to microplastics in the water.
Like,
no.
You know.
But to be fair, they also haven't brought up any seed beads.
They haven't brought up a lot of anything.
That's not true. They brought up an old caisson bit, drill casing.
Yeah, like yesterday.
And they have found more old manky wood than you can sniff a large nose at.
Mm-hmm, but no treasure. And these seed beads would have been treasure.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
You'd have thought that by now they'd have brought up at least one seed bead. Maybe they keep nicking the edge.
Also, when did these seed beads go out of fashion? Because whoever invested in that gotta be gutted.
Because at that point you have to ask, who needs seed bead?
Well, indeed.
I see what you did there.
I didn't do that on purpose.
No, but wrestling us, as difficult as it is, back to the concept of the Knights of Malta, out of nowhere, and Doug Kroll's like, Knights of Malta, they probably used beads. They definitely did. They take a real transition.
They brought them here.
Yes.
For definite.
Yeah, apparently the Knights of Malta were into seed beads.
Yeah.
One would say they might need seed beads. They needs them. I know they go with a leap of logic sometimes, but I feel like this was particularly stark. Like, I want to know how we tie it to Malta. Oh, and Fort Point, 15 miles away. We went there, right? Let's go ask them if they found beads too.
Yeah, to be fair, I think that's a good idea. Because, I mean, the local archaeologists are all going to be connected. They probably all went to the same university. That is a leap. And they'll just stay in contact and talk about the archaeology that they find.
But why just that one place, not anywhere else?
Well, because they already have links with Fort Point.
Fort Point. What's the point of Fort Point?
Wow. Okay. Because the team from Oak Island went there a few years ago. Remember with the road thing?
The cobblestone road?
Yeah, because they've got one. Something about drainage.
And they're like, you've got a cobblestone road like us, maybe you've got seed beads like us.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
That did feel like a bit of a stretch, mine. Like, all right, yep, them, there, let's email them and find out.
Well, I thought that was a good idea.
Hey, bro, got beads?
Yeah.
Maybe they want to trade.
Yeah, see, they're going to resurrect the bead trade.
What could you get from the Fort Point gift shop with just seed beads? A question for another time.
Okay.
And sort of moving on from there to our big finale.
Did you want to talk more about the Templars?
Not really. I mean, we can if you want to.
It's just that's where your point was at. Like, they're just shoehorning them in, right?
But it's not Templars. It's the Knights of Malta, who are only Templar adjacent.
Well, they're an offshoot, aren't they? When the Templars were disbanded, they were like, oh no, what are we going to do now? I know, rebrand.
Yeah, it was like the tribute act almost.
It's like they don't even talk about the Templars anymore. It's always the Knights of Malta.
What do you mean they don't talk about them? They talked about them all last episode.
What? No. Did they?
Yeah, the coin had a Templar cross on it, and they were like, ooh, it's an ode to Templars.
Was
Templar,
it not
Templar,
a
Templar.
Knights of Malta?
No, they definitely said Templar.
All right.
They were exemplar Templar references.
I was just going to say, that's nice. I was just going to say, though, that it was all about the Templars. Now, from last season, they're talking about the Knights of Malta. then, though, what happens with this multi-generational thing?
The multi-generational theory?
Yeah, so it would have started with the Templars. And then the Knights of Malta. But there were other offshoots as well that they've talked about.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they were concurrent or consecutive. We don't know that. I'm not...
Proof!
Yeah,
Proof!
and then maybe this treasure, these seed beads, are going to be from all different times of the Templars.
I wonder if they really look on it with like a micron microscope. There'll be a tiny Templar cross on the bead, the seed bead.
Well, to be honest, I don't think they've examined them enough to find anything
They haven't
like
thought
that.
about that angle.
No.
And then they'll be like, oh my god, they have the technology to microscopically put a cross on it.
Aliens!
That would be amazing. Ancient alien theorists say, perhaps.
We can get crossovers all over the place.
Yeah. Well, as I was trying to move us on... No, that's perfectly fine. It was important how we could brush over Templars on a discussion of Oak Island. I don't know what I was thinking. But I know what they're thinking. They're thinking, that Lot 5, we're getting a lot of stuff out of Lot 5. So we're going to go to the adjacent lots as well. And I used my maths head, and I went, that'll be Lots 4 and 6 then. And so they go on to Lot 4. I guess they just threw a dart, and they went, we'll go there, Lot 4.
Yeah, start further away and work closer.
Gary's metal detecting, and this time the poor schmuck that he's dragged along is Charles Barkhouse.
Yeah.
They really are missing Jack, aren't they? They're having to sort of sub in temps.
I quite liked Charles Barkhouse doing this, but...
I don't think Charles Barkhouse did.
He was doing it was a bit half-hearted, wasn't he? He was like, I miss scanning the stuff out of the money pit.
He's like, I'm an ideas guy. I'm not a doing guy.
All I normally do is hold that pinpointer and run it over some dirt.
Yeah, but
now I'm having to dig the dirt.
If only he brought the level of enthusiasm to waggling unsuccessfully that scanner as he did to wield in that weirdly shaped spade.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's why Jack is so important to this show.
Yeah, because, I mean, what did you say this guy's name was?
Charles Barkhouse.
Charles is like, oh my gosh, there are so many roots. I can't dig this up.
The roots!
Jack would have seen the challenge.
Jack would have, like, dug it up with his fists if he'd have had to.
He'd have been on the ground.
But yeah, I mean, we're just basically living in Jack's world, and he's lent it to Charles for a bit, and it's just a bit underwhelming. But they find a little nail, and Gary's really disappointed.
Yeah.
Again. I don't know this, Gary.
Well, it was a very small return on their metal detector, wasn't it?
Yeah, like, because
he was like, this isn't going to be much, but we're here, we might as well dig it. You've never dug anything up before, so you might as well practice on something shitty.
Look, I'm not confident in your spading ability, Charles boy.
It's a test. You need to pass.
And apparently he failed it because he only found a nail. Or, conspiracy hat on for a moment. Did Gary insist on putting this in? Because last week you said, oh, Katya found that sort of ghost iron. Her dad wouldn't have dug that.
Yeah.
And he's sort of heard that somehow and forced them to put in the edit to go, look, see, I'll dig shit as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Just to protect his daughter, which I kind of admire.
Okay, but you made that up, though.
I know, but I'm going to project it on him and say, good on you.
Right.
That is a top pocket dadding. But yeah, they find the nail, but then they find... Are you ready for it? A lead scrap strip.
Yes.
I think this is a great example of the detective sleuthing at Oak Island. Because they, with sheer force of will and optimism, went, no. I tell you what, though, that scrap of lead is not just a scrap of lead.
It's an M&S scrap of lead.
Lost on all of our non-UK listeners for yes. You had to say it in a really, like, sensual voice.
Well, I mean, you set it up so
this
nicely.
This isn't just any lead. This is M&S lead.
I saw an advert for M&S the other day, and they managed to squeeze the word Christmas in there. This isn't just party food. This is M&S Christmas party food.
I didn't think they were allowed to do those ads anymore because they were, like, glamorizing unhealthy food or something.
Maybe at Christmas it's all good.
Oh, yeah. Christmas, all bets are off. You do what you like. Drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, just children's TV, everything.
Yeah. I don't know. This was definitely deep-fried party food by the look of it. I wasn't really paying attention.
This isn't just any food. It's deep-fried food. That does sound good.
But yeah, I just noticed that they'd shoehorned the word Christmas in.
So what?
Okay, back to your point.
My point that was derailed and on fire long ago. But yeah, they went, this isn't just a lead strip.
Oh my god.
This is
an M&S lead strip.
It's part of another lead cross. You remember that one we found in 2017 that was the last good thing we found?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Indeed. They've gone, we're going to relive the hits. This is a strut or a bar off of a lead cross, and you can tell that because it's got like a crescent shaped dint on the top. And Gary's theory is that that's half of an eyelet for hanging it as a necklace, which means logically there must be other bits that are missing, probably hidden away by people clearing the island or something.
Yeah, and then the audience get treated to a montage of all the lead crosses and the cross-like shapes that they found across all their travels. What?
It's all about the crosses, baby.
Well, they've been to loads of places, haven't they? And they've been chambers with that shape and etchings in walls, and it's a very distinctive cross because it's slightly lopsided, and then there's like a head on it, and the head is also off to one side.
So basically they found another, they think, wonky-headed cross.
Although that woman who's
Zena Halpern.
Yeah, she, I think, thought that maybe it wasn't a cross, that it was instead something about women.
Oh, some sort of like pregnancy thing?
Something. I don't remember.
The reason we don't remember is because they abandoned that early on because it's a very male-oriented fellowship of the dig, and they were like, women stuff? Nah, it's a cross. Because if it's a cross, we can transcendentally say it's Templar.
It can be Templars. If it's this other thing, then that doesn't fit what we want it to be.
Yeah.
So, because it actually did look a lot like what she said.
I'm going to take issue with this episode. They shouldn't have called it Medieval Intentions. It should have been Return of the Cross.
Yeah, except it's not a cross, it's just one bit. So it's just a stick, right? It doesn't have the cross part. There's not two sticks.
But I can't make
together.
a song out of that.
But it's also not a cross, so it can't be Return of the Cross.
Well, you can't really name it theoretical part of a cross, possibly, maybe.
No.
Maybe they should have stuck with Medieval Intentions.
What's medieval?
I was going to say the coin, but that's Roman.
Yeah.
Rome isn't in medieval times, is it?
No, it's in the Roman times. Maybe this bit of lead is?
Or the bead? Oh. What, you have no right at this stage of the podcast to drop the big questions. What I loved is I wound up to be, well, it was the thing. I mean, it's intentions, so maybe they intended for something to be medieval.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the big finale to the episode for our podcast. I can't remember what the actual end of the episode was. But yeah, I'm presuming next episode we'll see Lot 6, because apparently Lot 4's a dud.
Next episode, Ben, they're going to find a coin in the money pit.
Are they?
Yeah, they showed it to us in the little preview thing, Mobopsy. Yes.
I don't trust anything from their previews.
Well, yeah, they do fake us out quite a lot, but I am expecting them to find treasure in the money pit, and I will be disappointed if they don't. Anyhow.
Yeah, so how did you find the episode?
It was a typical Oak Island episode for me. Like, it was boring enough and intriguing enough that it overall amounted to average.
Okay.
But I always enjoy Oak Island. So in terms of a rating, I'm giving it 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. That's I would say that's a good score.
It is a good score. I mean, 5 would be a bad score, and it's never going to get less than that.
But I mean, surely in theory, if you're doing a 10-point scale, 5 should be the average.
Yeah. It's always above average.
Oh, right,
Therefore,
okay.
It's between 5 and 10, but it can't be out of 5 because that doesn't make sense.
Right,
Because I have to prove that it is always above average, right?
So basically what you're saying is the baseline worst episode of Oak Island would be a 5.
Yeah. Because it's Oak Island.
Do you see what I have to deal with,
There's
listeners?
something deeply comforting about watching Oak Island. And that gives it a 5 minimum.
In a way that there is nothing deeply comforting about your scoring system.
Hey.
Well, I'm giving it a thoroughly solid 6 wonky crowns out of 7. I enjoyed the hell out of this. It reinvigorated me to Oak Island. I'd been getting a touch jaded, but this one sucked me back in. I'm fully on board. They're going to find the treasure.
Oh, right.
They're going to find, I don't know, they're going to find the Ark of the Covenant wrapped in the manuscripts of Shakespeare, sat atop an Aztec throne, protected by somehow still alive Templar soldiers.
Don't forget about that ship.
On the ship, and then they'll sail the ship home.
Oh, nice.
And somehow Captain Kidd the pirate will be involved.
Yep.
Yeah.
And don't forget, the Concepcion could be the ship,
I think, probably aliens too.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of this. I even enjoyed seeing Charles Barkhouse do some physical exertion.
I enjoyed it. He looked good doing the digging.
He looked sad. But I'm really looking forward to the next episode. And as you said, we'll have a thing. Come back next week and see if Liv was right or whether Ben's cynicism was right about there not being any sort of coin in the ground.
This all comes down to the accuracy of these previews.
I'm feeling confident.
Okay.
And on that note, that's all, folks.
Thank you so much for listening. See you next time. Bye.
Toodles!